is a year in review of what we've done. This is in Colorado. We've done about 30 service projects. We've been about 18. We've had about 8 missions roughly in the last 2014. This is in Illinois, Washington. We had tornadoes and mudslides. Operation Prairie Dog. This is what we do. This is us giving back to the community that's given everything to us. This is us bridging that gap between the time a disaster happens and the time more aid can get. We're there, we're doing the grunt work. This was Oklahoma last year. EF5 tornado struck at 2:30 p.m. on May 20th, 2013. 4-mile wide tornado. 30-mile long devastation. Roughly $15.75 million worth of damage. Approximately. 15 fatalities, 200-something injuries, in roughly 2-hour period. So that poses the question.
Really quick, that was on the news recently because it's the 1-year anniversary.
Yesterday was the 1-year anniversary.
Yes, and they were showing how they're rebuilding and they're quite not even close.
So my question to you is, how many of you believe that natural disasters are directly correlated to climate change and global warming?
Should raise their hands so.
About half the class? Well, let me tell you, that's roughly about right. That's about on average how many people usually think that. Now, I'm going to show you, the next slide is yesterday. Or within the last couple days, that's a supercell. This is the birth of a tornado, or what could come as a tornado. As you see, this entrance right here, this is all the warm air coming and meeting up the cold air. This here, this is rain. This is virga or hail coming down. This cloud layer, the tops of it is about 70,000 feet in the air. So higher than we fly. So they form up in the stratosphere. So the next video, this one video right here, is of the same cell. Is of the same picture that I just showed you. This is from birth to death of a supercell. So if So you can see right here, this is the Coriolis effect that you see, that Dr. Wayne's going to describe. It's warm air, when warm air and cold air meet, the warm air is pushed higher, and because warm air rises, and this level right here, this is all the cold air. So as it circulates, it comes up and it forms this high supercell, what we call, that can sometimes turn into what's called a wedge tornado. There are 4 types of tornadoes on the Fuji, 5 types. There's an F0 to F1, which is usually just straight line winds. Winds about anywhere from 60 to 90 miles an hour. So you can see it clearly right here. You can see how defined it is. These here, another way you can tell that it's a tornado is these cloud right here, these clouds. These are called mammatus clouds. Now these only come during a tornado. You won't see them usually with a severe thunderstorm or the thunderstorms we got out here. These usually occur over the Midwest on a dry line. What a dry line is where polar air coming from Canada and warmer air coming from the Gulf of Mexico meet. And this is where you get these supercell births. So as it's forming, This is time lapsed at about 15 times. This is over about a 2 to 2.5 hour period. And you can just see that circulation. Another thing you'll start seeing is lightning pops. Now there's 3 types of lightning during a supercell activity. There's regular cloud-to-cloud lightning, which is what we usually see. There's cloud-to-ground lightning, negative and positive. And then there's positive lightning, which is the most dangerous, the most fatal. If you get hit by positive lightning, you are dead. There is no coming back. And then during a tornado, there's your power flashes. That's the wall cloud. That's the leading edge of the storm. If you see that coming towards you, run. Run for cover. Try and run. Run for cover. Go to the most inside part of a house, into a storm cellar. 7 of the 15 fatalities that happened in Moore, Oklahoma were children. Took out Plaza Elementary School. Took out Briarwood Elementary School. I met 3 of those 7 families. I was there in Oklahoma after the devastation. It was a war zone. These storms, you do not mess with. Luckily, this storm did not produce a tornado. It just formed and did its thing and blew itself out. These storms can produce anywhere from 1/2-inch hail, which is about pea size, to softball size hail. Going at about anywhere from 80 to 90 miles an hour. So that's taking a fastball to the head and to the face.
Yeah. With a heel or a softball?
No, a football. Okay.
What happened? You're playing?
No, we're warming up and we were looking at the ice cream truck. I turned around.
Now this next video is of the same, is of a different, but along the same dry line.
You got your
This is from a great website called IFL
I guess what?
Science.
No, it just hurt.
Oh.
You guys can guess what the FL stands for, I won't go into that.
You can like it on Facebook.
You can like it on Facebook.
No.
So
This was just
Sunday.
a couple of days ago in Wyoming. Now,
Mm-hmm.
Wyoming is very weird because it's the high plains. Average altitude there is about a mile high or so. So it's very different, but they still can get these spring supercells. And these are
Like,
friends of mine,
Jeff.
actually I know, from
It's
Facebook.
right there.
You can actually see, so this is time lapse between 15 and 40
It's gonna
times.
hear it later.
So you can actually see the birth and death of it. Now this actually did spawn a tornado. Right here, you see right back here, this is called the hook. This is when we see it on radar. When we look at a radar photo, when we're tracking storms, this is what we see as the tornado. This is where the tornado is going to drop from.
This is crazy.
So there you can see how this is starting to turn into a wedge, how the upper part of it is blown out. So it almost looks like it's starting to come into a funnel cloud. All that on the top, on the higher end, that's all that hot air that's coming up from, well, this actually, it was hot air that was coming up from the southwest. All that heat and all that hot weather that we got moved out and then moved up because there was a polar front coming down, again, mostly from Canada and from the Pacific Northwest. So you can see the Coriolis effect. And that is the effect where you see that it's a spinning rotation, where hot air is getting wrapped up to the upper levels, and you see that cold air staying low. So right now they're going into the wall cloud. That's why you see how this is all rain and hail that's coming down on them. The hail that they were receiving 2 days ago was about 1.5 inches. So just about golf ball size. Cracks windshields, cracks heads even. I've been hit by it, and it hurts. So any questions so far?
You guys don't wear protective gear going
Oh no, we do. We wear helmets. Oh no, we wear helmets. I'm usually there after the fact, because there have been times where I've been caught up in a tornado.
like flipped up in it?
Yeah, I've been caught up in several tornadoes.
Last year was so bad that these famous storm chasers, their father and son, right, they
Yeah.
died. That's
They
how
died.
bad.
They died.
And they know how to identify these things and how to.
They were
take cover.
chasing this next tornado.
Anthony?
It's I'm from Kentucky and I've been in a few tornadoes and sometimes we have absolutely no rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The worst time to get a tornado, and you're right, Anthony, the worst time to get a tornado is at night. Or if it's rain wrapped.
So in springtime, when you know when it gets just dead stillness, it's like, it's like, it's on before the storm is through.
It'll be really hot, and Anthony's right, it'll be really hot during the day, and there's that one point where that barometer just drops, and you get that cold air, and that's the time where you run.
No
Is this
breeze,
true?
no nothing. and all of a
Is this
sudden
true
it's
in
like, bam.
Kentucky? They were saying that before it hits that the leaves on trees turn over?
Yes.
It's just, yeah, it's everything just, it's like everything just stops moving.
And they say that the leaves like just
It's eerie.
Who's this
kind
Anthony
of
guy?
say down. So yeah, that's what I did. So I don't know what's worse, hurricanes or
Then those,
tornadoes.
2 years ago, another city of Joplin, Missouri, small Midwest town, probably about 35,000 people, got slammed and just completely devastated by an EF5 tornado. The damage there of the Joplin tornado, winds excess of 250 miles an hour. So an EF5 tornado will give you extensive damage, you'll get severe winds, injuries, and even fatalities. Now this next video, I will warn you, you're gonna see a lot of damage, and I didn't look at the whole video, but you might see some injuries.
Turn off the lights for that.
This one's special.
Now this is the birth of the Joplin tornado. This is from a guy I know, Jeff Perotsky.
There it is. It's on the ground. I see it.
That's called a power flash. Those are extremely deadly. You don't want to be anywhere near that.
I know. Why are you doing that? Huh? We don't have all the roads. Where's the wheels? The maxi wedge on the ground. Ma'am, this is a Jeff Petrosky storm chaser. I have a large destructive tornado and on the southwest side of Joplin. Notified. Large tornado on the ground doing massive damage. F5 to F5 over the city. F5 county. Oh my God.
What you're seeing right here, all that stuff that's pulling up, that's debris. That's people's houses, that's people's farms, that's trees, that's
My hands!
little limbs that are coming up and just getting thrown around.
F4, maybe F5 over the city of Joplin right now.